So, it's Monday. We just lost the game. It feels like we shouldn't have. And that is pretty much the same way that I felt for the past 2 months, I would say. I wanted to take a minute and just talk through the main points of this weekend. In doing so, I think I want to start a section called 5 Things Today, which basically will run through what I'm seeing and what I'm hoping will be the talk of the next week for the club as we try to improve from what's going on right now. Obviously, if you follow this club, you know that we lost to Barcelona 1-3 in a game that should not have finished 1-3. We did not deserve to lose 1-3. We had more opportunities. We had more of the ball at times. Things were looking our way. More clear chances, perhaps. Whatever you want to say, it pretty much applies to the last few matches. But there's a few things that I do want to mention that I'm seeing, which I think all of you are seeing as well. And the first thing today is that we are speculating way too much. Emery is an amazing manager and match manager. He's shown it before. He knows how to manage different stages of a game. He got us a Europa League, so obviously he's able to do that very well. He seems to be a fan of speculating. If we have the ball, then we don't have chances against us, and so then we can build from the back slowly but surely and eventually have some chances ourselves, all the while not having to defend. That's all great, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work if point number 2 of today is we make mistakes on defense. And so it doesn't work to keep the ball for 70 minutes, for 80 minutes, to have a few chances. We'll talk about that later, what happens with those chances. But to have a few chances if we give out 2 to 3 clear-cut chances every game. And by that I don't mean that the opposition has a chance to score, but rather that we make a mistake that basically gives them one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It could be that the mistake comes from Rulli himself, like it has in the past few weeks, or it could be that it's a defensive mistake like Mandi, or like Estupinian over the weekend. Regardless, I think we need to adopt a culture of, yes, we like to take care of the ball, yes, we like to take it slow and take some chances, but there comes a time, and there's 3 or 4 times in each match, I would say, where you need to clear the bleep out of the ball. You need to get it out of the way. My other team, the other team that I support is Newcastle, approach things the Newcastle way. There are a few times in a game where you just need to clear the ball. We're not seeing that, and it's gotten to the point to where every time I see a half-height ball that needs to be headed or cleared or passed back to the goalkeeper, I'm just cringing because I know what's coming. If I know what's coming, then the team knows what's coming. There needs to be a culture of just clear the ball. Just let it out. We're not doing that right now. Thing number 3 today is our dependence in a single player. That player was Gerard Moreno last year, who scored, I've written about this, the bulk of the goals, who created the bulk of the opportunities, who was also a playmaker himself, so he was actually creating space and opportunities for the other goals to occur. Gerard has been injured for the majority of the season, and so we haven't been able to enjoy that. And so that fell into, thank God, Danjuma, who has needed very little adaptation into the season, and so he has been our man up front. But Danjuma just started in Spain, and Danjuma came in with a lot of energy, with a lot of enthusiasm, and playing very well. But especially in the first season, he's going to go through dips. Without Moreno, that means that we don't have a reference up front. We don't have somebody who's creating spaces, who is taking the responsibility to be the person. And we honestly also cannot ask Danjuma to do that because he is not that kind of a player, at least yet. I've talked about how I believe that he can absolutely be a 40 to 80 million euro player pretty soon. But you cannot put that pressure on him right now. He is not that player right now, and putting the pressure on him is probably going to be worse for him and for us. The problem is that the other players that could do this are also not there, and of course, inevitably, this goes into Paco Alcácer. We've been talking about this for weeks. The press is zeroing in on Emery and asking over and over again what's going on with Alcácer. We have no idea what's going on with Alcácer. Local press is not saying anything, and that's because they don't know, not because they're hiding it. It's because they just don't know. The one thing I'd say is that if a player is fit, if a player doesn't seem to be angry or not happy here, seeming to be involved with the team and pushing towards the same objectives, at least on the surface, then you would imagine that it isn't the player not being fit or ready to play mentally. I think this is a problem between Emery and Alcácer, and that is why Alcácer is not playing, and that is why Dia is playing instead, and after that, Dani Raba is playing, even before a striker that costs 27 million euros and who makes a lot of money at Villarreal. We are not just there yet where we can afford a player of this value and this wage and not play him. So something needs to happen here. We're kind of revisiting the Riquelme days where something was up and we just were not seeing the player playing. We need him. We need him fit. We need him ready to go. I don't know what it is, but I don't care. We are not that team. We cannot buy a Jovic, like the Serbian striker for Real Madrid, and have him on the bench for a year and a half, then loan him somewhere else. We are not there yet. And not capitalizing on the investments that we've made, and that's Alcácer, could very well mean that we are stuck in a bad situation. All those things I think are fixable, but thing number 2 today is the mindset of the team and the mindset of the ecosystem around the team. If we are not holding this team and players accountable, then things are going to continue to go downhill. I don't mean getting aggressive. I don't mean saying anything bad on social media. I just mean that we need to expect that Villarreal is going to give 120%, and that when it doesn't go their way, that they understand the urgency behind the need to do things differently next time. And so I'm seeing a lot of, we played very well, I'm very happy with this game, we have more chances, we made one mistake. I'm seeing a lot of, not excuses, but just the reasoning behind what happened and why we are not playing to win these games, and we're sometimes speculating too much. It will get better in the next game. We gotta stop, and we need to come to almost come to Jesus moment where a player like Jaume Costa would last year, he would say, just punch a table and say, hey, we need to get our stuff together and we need to do things differently. We need to come out more aggressively. We need to stop giving out clear-cut chances. We need to start being more simple in defense sometimes, and we need to start taking some shots, and we need to start it may not be as pretty, but we need to start forcing the machine. It sounds like I'm saying something that's just simple and something that not everybody has thought, and if you're a player and you're listening to this, you're probably thinking, you don't know what you're talking about, and we are doing that. Don't you think we want to win? It's just shades to what I've seen before, and shades to the thing number 5 today, which is this could be a relegation battle. And so I'm slowly pivoting towards my last point, and that is that this could be a situation where we are trying to get away from the bottom half. We cannot. We are still in the Spanish Cup. We are going to be in Europe no matter what in February. We're going to be stuck with, quote unquote, stuck with European football next year. So we're going to have a lot of matches to play. And we have a team that is not used to having to grind points out to get out of the bottom half. And so that's what I'm talking about when I mean that we're going to have to find a way to play more direct. We're going to have to find a way to be more aggressive. And we're going to find a way to be okay with giving the ball away, but away from our goal, instead of playing the pass that's going to make us keep possession. It's almost the lower, bottom half team approach to some portions, not the entire match, but some portions of the game. If we don't do that, we are going to continue to hurt. We keep trying to fix things by doing the thing that we're trying to do better. And that is where the whole we're playing well, it will just work out next time. Next time the chances will be clearer and we'll score. Next time we'll be more efficient. Next time we won't be as inefficient on defense. Next time the mistakes won't be as, let's just stop that and come from an approach of more direct style to make sure that we are keeping it tight at the back and we are having more chances for second ball, deflections, shots, whatever it may be, because at this point we just need to grind the points away to get out of where we are. It's kind of depressing because that is not how Emery built his team, but I don't have a lot of experience at my hands that I can show you about Emery getting out of a situation like this one. You can tell me if you know of it, but I don't think he has had it back all the way to Almeria. I don't know if that was 15 years ago. And so he needs to put on his construction worker tracksuit and figure out a way to get us some points fast. We do not care how we play right now. We need to get some points. The Copa del Rey is coming up soon. Spanish Cup coming in tomorrow. I'm playing against Victoria, which is a team in Galicia. A few players from the B team are coming in, so it'd be nice to see some folks and see if they put some new energy into it. And then after that we have La Liga again, big matches coming up, and then the Champions League, where a tie gets us to the round of 16. And if we lose, we go to the Europa League. Again, all good and great. My point today is that there needs to be a mindset change, and we need to secure some points as soon as possible. I will keep writing and talking through the week. VRLnews.com for the blog. VCF News blog for the Twitter handle. I hope you guys are staying positive. I am. And avant. Let's hope that things improve. And let's hope that we get a win, easy win tomorrow, and start getting some points as soon as possible in La Liga. And avant.